Hey everyone, welcome to Unapologetically 50 Plus. This is Angela. So today I want to talk about the silent struggle and why Black women are often left out of the menopause conversation. But before we get started, I have one huge favor to ask. If you find any value or enjoy the content, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and let YouTube know you want more of this content. I truly appreciate your support. All right. Too often, this conversation gets swept under the rug. So we're going to discuss how menopause uniquely affects Black women and why so many of us are suffering in silence. Now, let me be real with you. Black women don't just go through menopause. We often enter it earlier, experience more intense symptoms, and receive less support, not just from the medical industry, but also sometimes from our own communities. And no, this isn't just a vibe or a perception. This is data-backed truth. There's a groundbreaking study, maybe you've heard of it, called SWAN. It's called the Study of Women's Health Across the Nation. It's one of the few long-term studies that actually include a diverse group of women, and what it found was striking. Black women start perimenopause almost 2 years earlier than white women. We also stay in it longer, and during that time, we tend to report more intense hot flashes, more sleep disruptions, and higher rates of mood changes and depressive symptoms. So let that sink in for a moment. Earlier onset, longer durations, stronger symptoms, and less medical support. All right? So that's the reality. And the silence around it is deafening. You might often ask, how is this happening? Well, it's not coincidence, it's systemic. Historically, Black women have been excluded from medical research, especially around women's health. So when doctors go through their training, most of what they've been taught about menopause is based on white women and their experience and what they're going through. So what happens when we show up in the exam room with different symptoms, or we describe things in a different way, it's too often dismissed, misdiagnosed, or we're told to just tough it out. I know we've all heard the line, it's just aging. Everyone's going through it. Just get some more exercise. Or my personal favorite, this is just what happens when you get older. And sure, I'm the first one to say that movement, good nutrition, and mindfulness can work wonders, but they don't actually replace care. They don't excuse the fact that our symptoms are minimized and our pain is often not believed. This isn't about not being strong. This is about being heard. Now, here's where it gets even deeper and more personal. So many of us grew up in households where menopause was never even mentioned. I mean, think back to your own mothers and your aunts, even your grandmother. Have you ever heard them say, here's what to expect when your hormones start to change? Not exactly. We might have witnessed them go through it. Maybe they were sweating through their clothes or having a mood swings, or you see the fan going. But no one really talked about it out loud. And that silence, it taught us something. It said, don't complain, keep going, be strong. And I get it. Our mothers and grandmothers were surviving. They didn't always have the space, the language, or the support to talk about it. But we inherited that silence, and it's costing us. That silence has turned into shame. It turned into secrecy. It turned into us thinking we just have to grit our teeth and get through it. That we can't sleep, that if we can't sleep or we're gaining weight or our emotions are all over the place, somehow we're falling apart. And we're failing. Well, let me tell you something. We are not failing. We are transitioning. And your hormones, yes, they're shifting. Your body is changing, and you are facing a biological reality that deserves compassion. It deserves care. and not to be dismissed. And here's the real heartbreak. While we're out here struggling, trying to hold it all together, the medical field isn't even talking about us. Our families often don't know how to support us, and our own inner voice says, don't make it a big deal. But it is a big deal. So I want to take this moment to say to you directly, you're not weak for struggling. You are not alone. You're not being dramatic. And you are absolutely worthy of care, good care. So this conversation we're having right now, this is how we start to break that cycle, by speaking the truth, by being honest about what we're feeling, and by demanding better from our doctors, from our partners, from our community, and especially from ourselves. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are still going to be doctors out there who won't listen. There are still people who will tell you it's all in your head. But here's the good news. There is a growing number of Black women in medicine and coaching and holistic care who are rising up and saying, you are not invisible. You matter, your symptoms matter, and your healing matters. So if you take nothing else from this episode, let it be this. You are allowed to advocate for yourself. You are allowed to switch doctors. If you're not being heard, you are allowed to walk in with a list of symptoms and ask questions and expect an answer. You don't have to tough it out alone. Menopause, it's already enough of a journey on its own. We don't need the added burden of invisibility. So let's choose something different. Starting today, let's choose awareness. Let's choose honesty. Let's choose to look out for each other. Let's talk to our sisters, our daughters, our friends, because when we break the silence, we open the door for healing, not just for ourselves, but for the women who come after us. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this resonated with you, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Let me know, how are you taking care of yourself during your menopause journey? Are you perimenopause, post-menopause, or somewhere in between? Let's build a community of real talk, shared wisdom, and unapologetic self-care. And also, don't forget to please like, subscribe, and share with a friend or loved one who might be silently struggling. You never know whose life you might touch just by sending them this video. You deserve to be supported, you deserve to be well, and you are never alone. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.